Hi boys and girls, today we're going to go over take home number 1 for class 603 and class 633. The first question is adding 2,564 and 4,693. To help me do that, I lined up my numbers so that my place values are below each other, and I added straight down and had to do some carrying. The sum is 7,257. Next, 514 minus 356. I lined up 356 just below 514 so the place values lined up. And we had to do some borrowing for this one after we subtracted. The difference is 158. Number 3. This dot here means multiplication. So 4 times 5 is 20. 7 times 3 is 21. 9 times 8 is 72. Number 4, division. 63 divided by 9 is 7. 45 divided by 5 is 9. And 18 divided by 9 is 2. Number 5, 4 to the second power means 4 times 4. 4 is the base, and the exponent of 2 tells us how many 4s we should multiply. 4 times 4 is 16. Number 6, complete the pattern. I notice that as I'm moving, I keep moving towards the right. I keep multiplying by 2 each time. 1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 is 32, and 32 times 2 is 64. Number 7, solve when a is equal to 8. So that means I'm going to substitute, instead of writing a in here, we're going to put an 8 in. 7 times 8 is 56. And again, instead of the a, we're going to put an 8 in. 64 divided by 8 is 8. Number 8, circle the number with a 5 in the hundredths place. Well, here my 5 is in the tenths place, so it can't be this one. Over here on the right-hand side, 32 and 59 hundredths, that 5 is in the tenths place. It's not this one. Here, 4 and 75 hundredths, the 5 is in the hundredths place. So it's this one. Number 9. When I have two numbers next to each other with parentheses, it means multiplication. So 5 times 2 is 10, and 4 times 8 is 32. We have to do the multiplication before addition, because in PEMDAS, the multiplying and dividing happens before the adding and subtracting. So our last step is the addition. 10 plus 32 is 42. Number 10, write two fractions that represent the shaded part of the picture. Well, I can see that there are 4 rectangles here out of 8 total. So my first fraction could be 4/8. I also notice that if I take out these dividers here, there we go, we end up with 2 long rectangles out of 4 altogether. So another fraction could be 2/4. And last, the half on the left is shaded compared to the 2 pieces altogether, the shaded and non-shaded, so the other fraction could be 1/2. And the back side, this is 2B. This time we're adding money, $569.67 with $8.94. I lined it up so that the place values lined up with each other and the decimal points lined up. And then we add straight down, we end up with $578.61, and the decimal point comes straight down into our sum. Number 2, 4,006 minus 3,765. And we're going to have to borrow. 6 minus 5 is 1. I can't take 6 away from 0, so we have to borrow all the way over from that 4. The 4 becomes a 3, and we're going to make this 0 a 10. We have to borrow from that 10. It becomes a 9 to give 1 to this other 0, so we could subtract. So 6 minus 10 is 4, 9 minus 7 is 2, and 3 minus 3 is 0. So the difference is 241. The next two, 86 times 4 is 344. 98 times 2, 196. For number 4, 184 divided by 4 is 46. Number 5, what's the area? The area is length times width, and that's 5 times 8, which is 40, and the units are inches squared. Number 6, what's half of 60? Half of 60 is 30, and I know that because when I go to check it, 30 times 2, 2 halves gives us back to the whole. That ends up being 60. Half of 30 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. And half of 80 is 40. 40 times 2 gets us back to 80. Count by 15s. And this is just simple checking your work. 15 plus 15 is 30. 30 plus 15 is 45. 45 plus 15 is 60. 60 plus 15 is 75. 75 plus 15 is 90. And you can check your work on the side like this if you need to. And then 30 plus 15 is 45. 45 plus 15 is 60, and so on. 3 different ways, write 3 different ways to get 70. Use a different operation each time. Well, let's start with multiplication. 7 times 10 is 70. Addition, we can say, is 69 plus 1, which is 70, or 60 plus 10. Well, a whole bunch of different ways. Subtraction, 72 minus 2 is 70. And division might be 140 divided by 2, which is 70. Lots of different options here. As long as the result is 70 and you used a different operation, it would be correct. Number 9, put the fractions in order from least to greatest. We know that when the denominators are the same, and in this case they're all 10, the smaller the numerator, that's the number in the top, the smaller the fraction. So 1/10 is smaller than 2/10. Those are smaller than 3/10, and all of those are smaller than 7/10. Create a dot plot for this data. Well, a dot plot, we have a number line here. We have to start with 0 and then increase by 1. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all evenly spaced out. And from here we are counting the number of zeros, so I can put a dot on each one. So I have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 dots on top of the 0 here. And ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 dots on top of the 1. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 dots just above the 2. 1, 3. It's 1 dot here, and 2 4s. So 2 dots on top of the 4. And I just put those number of dots just under here. They should not be there, but that was just to remind myself what I was looking for in the answer key. So you should ignore those. Those should not be there. If you have any questions, please see me in class. I hope this helped. Have a good day.